Like three.
Ooh.
What's up, people? This is Carlos and Catherine Green of Power Couples Rock, and welcome to Popcorn Conversations, where it is Timeless Tuesdays. And we're excited because we get to handle issues one pop at a time, those issues that pop up in your relationship. We're
Mhm.
very excited about being here tonight and knowing that we are the only two tonight
What?
that's going to be on. So we're going to be depending on you all a lot for your comments, your feedback, your suggestions, your recommendations, all of those things that would make for a lively discussion tonight.
Mhm.
So we're excited, right?
Yeah, because last week was on fire.
Mhm.
We had the Parkers in the house, and shout out to the Parkers. Also, shout out to the Joneses. We
Mhm.
miss you all, but we had a great time last week talking about matters of the heart.
We did.
And I know Alvin was dropping those seeds. Watermelon seeds is what
Mhm.
JJ calls it. Jocelyn calls it. He was dropping them on one pop at a time. I'm telling you, giving us something that will help our foundation in our relationship
Mhm.
when it comes to love.
That's right. So I was
Mhm.
excited about them being on. I need to do one thing, and I'll be
What's
right
that?
back.
You got to do something. Woo! Okay, he's about to bring some light in here. What? Right there. Oh, looking bright.
Now that looks so much
Now
better.
you can
all.
tell. Okay.
Now they can tell us. I forgot to turn on that light
Oh
for
man,
us.
it
You always
helped.
got to have the light.
The light. And
Mhm.
yes. Thank you. Well, I want to say again, this is Timeless Tuesday, and we're here every Tuesday at 9:00 p.m.
Mhm.
And as Carlos said, we are having popcorn conversations. So go and get your popcorn. And tonight we're going to be talking about matters of the heart. One of the things we're going to talk about is because it's American Heart Month.
It is. Uh-huh.
And then we just want to bring that to our attention, and we're going to talk about some little stats that are around that to give you some resources about or some just statistics around it. And then also we're just going to just talk about relational hearts. Is that a word?
We're gonna talk about the hearts of relationships.
Okay, that one too.
Maybe we can do
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
that one too. So
Right.
just go get your popcorn and come on and join us, because this is Love Month as well, because it's February, right?
Mhm.
And we know a lot of people are out there buying cards for their booze, for their friends, for their pals, whatever. You're buying cards, you're buying flowers, you're booking restaurant places for you to take them and spend time, because your heart is just going pitter pat, pitter pat, pitter patter, pitter. And so we just want to encourage you to go out to our website. We created a game, and it's called the Power Couples Rock Game. And it's based upon faith, family, finance, fitness, future, and fun, which are our 6 core areas that is the foundation in our relationship and in our family. And we created this game basically because a lot of couples were talking about communication, that they were having challenges communicating. Some were saying they didn't know what to say. Someone that said they would have hard conversations and it wouldn't always be the best. Right. And that they also wanted to create community. And what is one thing that has been so solid in our relationship, and that's having community. So we created this game. Carlos, what have people been saying about the game once they've received it?
Well, one, it actually has instructions in it on how to play the game. But what we've actually discovered is people are putting their own spin and own version on the game to actually create either intimacy or community with other couples or just with their spouses or significant others. So that's been awesome that they'll come back and talk to us about, here's the way that we actually played the game, or this is what we discovered in the game. And we wanted to create something that would create that kind of creative intimacy
Mm-hmm.
and creative community that you
Mm-hmm.
could get in.
Yes.
This has been we've just done it for like a year now.
For
right?
a year now. And we have just seen how it has transformed or just brought connections with each other. We may have shared before how we played it with our son who is dating and our cousins, some cousins, and their
we consider
significant
them our nieces, right?
We always say they're our nieces, but they're my cousins.
We
played the game with them because they wanted to play the game. And when we were going around, even though we created a lot of the questions inside this game, we still answer it from a fresh perspective. We still are able to be engaged because, as you know, seasons in your life change.
That's right.
And so the questions, the answers that you had when you played it 5 years ago may not be the same as when you play it a year later. So we want to encourage you to go out and go out to our webpage, powercouplesrock.com, and you can order one of our games. And we'd love to hear how it has blessed you in your community. How has it blessed you in your relationship? Because we know that God didn't just give this to us just to give it to us. It was something that was really heavy on our hearts to be able to share even more with other couples. And so we just want to encourage you. We appreciate your support and thank you for everyone who has already gone out there and purchased it.
Right.
It's Valentine's weekend. You know, this just doesn't happen during Valentine's. You can do this anytime. So thank you all for going out and purchasing and sharing that with us.
There's probably over 100 cards in here that they can actually pull and draw and have discussions from.
Absolutely.
And I remember when we were playing with our sons and our cousins and their significant others or their spouses, that we probably got around to maybe 6 cards, 8 cards, talking about it, because it just leads to so much discussion. So
yeah, I want to say, like, with the questions, it may be it's not a yes or no. It is a way to, you may answer it and then you want to expand upon it, not just answer the question and then leave it and go to the next. But when you're playing it, ask, why did you all come up with that answer? Because it evokes conversation around that, and it strengthens relationships. And we're just so thrilled about how it's been really blessing other couples. So go out and get your game. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So now we are talking about the matters of the heart. And this month is the American Heart Month.
Yes.
And we want to give you some statistics on the heart, just medically, and then we're going to get into the matters of the heart. So what are some of those statistics that we talk about?
Well, as I was doing my research, I saw that heart disease remains the #1 cause of death in the United States for both men and women. And that was kind of eye-opening for me, really, because oftentimes you think it is maybe cancer, maybe something to that degree. But it said that it was the #1 cause of death between both men and women. And in 2022, cardiovascular disease which is called heart disease and stroke. That's what that is. It caused over 900,000 deaths. It was more than cancer and also more than accidental deaths combined.
Yeah.
So we want to just make this known to you all. Take care of your heart, because it also said about 1 in every 4 deaths in the United States is due to heart disease. So go out, exercise, eat right, so that you can have a healthy heart and you won't become one of those statistics.
I just had a family member who actually had some heart issues and it led to stroke and never recovered from that. And pretty young person, and I don't know if he even knew that they had an issue or challenge there.
Right.
So just wanted to make sure that we do whatever we need to do to take care of our hearts.
Ourselves. Take care of our hearts.
So not the smoking, and not to say they weren't not smokers or anything, but for us, eliminating the smoking, exercising to make sure
Yes.
that our heart stays healthy,
Yes.
and then eating
Eating right. Eating the right.
eating appropriately.
Mhm,
Yes, it
mhm.
makes a difference.
Well, I have to say, I do have a little bit of challenge with eating kind of like salty. I love salty, crunchy and salty. And so I'm working on that part of my eating habits. But
Mhm.
I do know, Carlos, though, when I get stressed, I start
That's huge.
to gravitate
That's huge.
towards salty foods and
Yes.
crunchy foods, which are not always the best. And so I'm working on that. What I've been doing is not buying so much of it.
Thank you. Because when you buy it, I'm going to eat
I'm
it.
going to eat it. I'm going to eat
I'm
it
gonna
for
eat it,
sure.
For sure.
Yes, yes. So I'm definitely working on that. But I thought I'd share like, what some of my challenges are as far as that go, and making sure that I do what I need to do. And I certainly need that accountability. So I don't know some of the things out there that you're all struggling with as far as making sure that we have a healthy heart or stay in the right condition that we need to do,
Right.
eat the right foods and things like that. I think that's very critical that we do that. And if we say it out loud, I think somebody can hold us accountable.
I think so too.
Mhm.
And I was also looking at, I had written down here that it's interesting that CPR is very important. They do say that people who do have a heart attack, and if they can get CPR, their chances of recovery goes up. So I
Yeah.
want to give a shout out to our son, who is a paramedic.
Mhm.
So he is all into that whole CPR medical,
Yeah.
making sure that everything's good. And then shout out to our sister, who is an EMT.
Yes.
And that's good because they definitely know what they need to do in case they run into situations
Mhm.
with patients of the heart.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
shout out to them.
Yes, thank you for your service, all the firefighters and the fire medics out there. We want to thank you for your service and for keeping us safe and being
Yes.
on call whenever we need you. I appreciate that. One other thing I wanted to say was like about the heart. It said that nearly half of the United States adults, and that's about 47% of them, they have high blood pressure, and which is a major risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. So that is, I know it runs heavy in our family. And so I really do want to pay more attention to that, because I know that it could be passed down hereditary if we do not take care of what we need to take care of.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any other stats that you want to share?
I would say
This is
one
interesting.
more. I would
Yes.
say one more. There's more than 4 in 10 women in the United States have some form of cardiovascular disease. So each year, heart disease and stroke kill more women than all forms of cancer. Wow.
Combined.
I know.
Okay, say that again, because that's
It
important.
said each year heart disease and stroke kill more women than all forms of cancer combined. Both of those combined. It's like, yeah. So this is very critical. Go out and find out more about, you can search the net about heart disease and American Heart Association, and let's do what we need to do to stay healthy and to have a healthy heart.
Okay, so speaking of having a healthy heart, let's talk about the relationships.
Oh, what about that?
Just having healthy hearts with relationships and what that looks like. And last week we did dive into that conversation regarding how do you have healthy relationships? What does that look like for men, women, and spouses or significant others? What is that to have a healthy heart, so that because people are their hearts are very fragile, and it's just hard when we're not being authentic in our relationships with others, and that we're not playing around with someone's life. So having that authenticity displayed and expressed to just ensure that we are being true and real in our relationships with others.
Taking care of each other when you're raising, but take care of your heart and making sure that you, as you said, being authentic or just being true and honest into your relationship, it helps to keep a healthy heart because it reduces that stress that you may have when you're feeling like you can't trust your spouse or your significant other. It affects your heart because that stress weighs on you oftentimes when you cannot. I've just been talking with a couple who has been having a lot of pressure and looking for more peace, and they talked about how the pressure of not having peace, how it has weighed on their heart, and that it feels heavy, that it feels like something is compressing or laying on their heart. And I think it's so important in the relationship that we make sure that we are not the cause of somebody having a broken heart or a heavy heart, or not really being sensitive to what we say and how we say to our spouses.
Right. Because we already deal with a lot of insecurity anyway. Just fear of rejection, fear, are we good enough or we're not good enough? Just all of those elements that come into who we are. And then if you put on or layer on top of that, the lack of trust that could actually lead to a hurt heart, that could be devastating for someone, and they could actually retreat within themselves or isolate themselves, or they may react to something that may not be healthy at that point. So I think we have to be very good stewards and good caretakers of people's hearts because of the anxiety, the stress that they may find themselves in. And if we are following Christ, then he gives us prescriptions on how we take care of other people. You know, those two amazing commandments that he gives us to say is that we should love the Lord God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and then we should love our neighbor as ourselves. And so how do we love our neighbors? We won't want any of our neighbors to cause any stress on us. So we should not be causing stress on our neighbors, and our neighbors would be our significant others as well.
I am your neighbor.
Yes, Mrs. Rogers. Yes, Mrs. Rogers. Okay.
No, I hear you say just take care of each other's heart, because you don't want to be the person that steps on the heart and cause that stress. So what are some things that we can do to take care of each other's heart?
That would be interesting. So for anyone that's viewing out there, what is one thing that you can do to take care of your spouse's heart? And that could be a healthy heart. It could be a heart that, that intimate heart that we're talking about. So one way that I take care of my wife's heart is by praying over her. Even when she doesn't know I'm praying over her, but at night, when she's snoring or slobbing, all of that.
I do not slob. I want you to know that.
Well, but she sleeps, so she doesn't know if she is, or if her stomach is giving her issues. Then I'll just pray over her. So that's one way I know that I'm caring for her heart, because it tells us in Ephesians 5 that we should wash our wives with the water from the word. So I'm able to pray over her, pray those scriptures over her, and the wisdom that I'm asking God to give her as she's there in her meditative sleep state. So that's one way.
I love that. I love that you are praying over me. And maybe that's why I'm sweating out through the night, or maybe I'm going through the change. I don't know. But nevertheless, I'm feeling the spirit all over me, but thank you for sharing that. I definitely appreciate that. And one of the ways that I really take care of your heart is I do believe that because I know words of affirmation is really good, is one of your love languages.
Yeah.
And so I
do have some insecurities. So I do like words of affirmation. Yeah.
So I think I take care of your heart, making sure that I give you accolades when you need, just because too, because of the things that I recognize that you may not think anything about, but I do. And then also doing it in front of people. And I mean that from my heart.
That's good.
And meaning that from my heart to be able to share that and know that, when I see you doing, great, I want you to know that, because the truth be told is I never know if I get that chance again.
That's right.
So I need to say that while it is in my spirit, and know that that feeds you, that fuels you, that also takes care of your heart. So that's one of the ways that I pour into you and take care of your heart.
I do believe another way that that's exciting that I get to take care of Catherine's heart is that when we're working on projects together and there's a success story that comes out of there, and we have a lot of energy regarding that. Last night we were at an event where we worked together on that event, and it turned out so successful. So we were taking pictures together, we were laughing, we were talking. It was very joyous, and we were complimenting each other. I believe that leads to a healthy heart. Again, when we're working on projects or initiatives together.
Yeah, that was fun last night.
That was a lot of fun. We were like on 10.
He's on
11,
10 all the
12.
time, but he was on 15, and I guess I matched 10.
You probably was on 17 because you were leading it. It was so good. So those are great ways to actually to take care of hearts. We'd love to hear from you. How do you take care of your spouse's heart?
Yeah.
Just put it in the chat. Let us know what that looks like for you guys, and then we'll show it on the screen as well. You put it in there. Another way, this is a physical way, and I believe it's a great way, is that we push each other to work out.
Yeah.
So we may not work out together all the time, but we're very consistent in our workouts throughout the week. And when we're doing how much we're working out. And so it really brings me joy when I can see you working out, because you're strengthening your heart.
Yeah.
Physically.
Oh, my heart gets heavy when I cannot work out. And I will say that. And I know you've been very encouraging, because I've been having some problems in my calf and my hamstring and my foot.
Exactly.
When I walk, if I even walk a mile, I have been having issues with that, and it had been frustrating because that had never been a problem for me. And so I've been feeling heavy because of that, and I'm still working through it, but for the last 3 days I've been able to walk on it. But still, the encouragement, he's constantly checking in on me, because he know how down I get when I cannot work out. And I mean, when walking, if it hurts to walk, that's a lot. And it was really honestly stressful for me, because I know how important it is to move. Right. And I was just not feeling the move, getting up, moving. And so I have been just thrilled that over the last few days that there was little to no pain as I moved, and as we try to discover what that is. But I got to keep my heart moving. But I thank you for being sensitive to that too, and not throwing in my face, I'm going to work out. I cannot work out. Isn't that wrong? That's not helping my heart. I just want y'all to know that, okay? Exactly. If you just bragging about you going to work out, I'm not able to. But just the encouragement of, you will get there. He's like, you'll get there. This is just temporary. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
So those are 3 ways. I want to keep going, because there's another way that I feel like that. Well, that's 4 ways that we actually discussed about. But there's another way that I believe that we do take care of each other's hearts. One is that that other way, not one. Here's another way. Is when we get to sit down and have conversations. And so I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here in this space. But with just everything that's going on in the United States at this point, that we've had an opportunity for both of us to kind of process through those challenges or those things that are actually happening. And I believe that that's a healthy way that we can actually have those discussions with each other and be vulnerable and transparent about how we really feel, because it allows us to release some of the frustrations that we may have, some of the, we don't want to move into a dark space where it becomes hatred or angry and all of that. So allowing us to have that space so that we can process through that and what that looks like to get it off of our chest so that we're not harboring it and carrying it around in our spirit and in our heart, to be able to do that in the privacy of our own home, so that when we're walking out and talking to people, because we've already processed through it, then it allows us to show up as our best selves and not be carrying a lot of weight with us,
right,
no matter what's happening in our country at this point. So I don't know if people are thinking about, oh, that would be a neat way to just make sure that you're caring for each other's hearts and that your heart stays healthy, allowing us to process through our frustrations. What do you think?
That's conversation and communication is very key. And if you can, as you said, talk about those issues among each other just to get it out.
Yes.
And again, if you're just weighing things down on your body feels that tension.
Yes, it
and
does.
Most of all, I don't know about you all, but my heart starts to palpitate a lot of times if I've got too much stress on me and not being able to talk about it.
Yes.
So I think that's important, that as you and your spouse and significant other, as you're caring for each other's heart, that you allow each other that space to be able to talk or discuss those things, those issues that are going on that could just be heavy at times, you know. And then the other part, one of the other things, and we love to hear from you. I know we talk with several, we get inboxes, we get emails, we get texts for those who listen in the show, and they often say, we're listening in. I'm not typing in, but I'm listening in and taking it in. And we love to hear your thoughts about just the conversation that we are having, because what you say we can also share with others in reference to, how do you care for your spouse's heart? We're talking about ways that we do it, but we want to hear more about what ways are you doing taking care of your spouse's heart. One of the other things that I would love to mention is the one way to take care of your heart is not to down you in public or to talk what I would say negative talk or in public, like to not give you that it not be confrontational like that in public, and making sure that you honor that person, honor you in the public's eye. And the reason why I said that an example, I have seen others where maybe their spouse or significant other were talking, and then they would just like, that's not true, that ain't what you said, and then it just becomes this spiral and things like that. And there's a language, there's a way to talk to without making someone feel embarrassed or attacked or things like that. And so
when you're saying those words can hit the heart.
Oh, it can.
It's maybe not what you said, but maybe how you said it. That could really just attack someone's heart and make it very heavy.
Yes.
And you may not mean it, but your intent was not to. But if you're not careful in how you communicate that information, that could be daggers that you're actually firing at your spouse or significant other, right?
Yes. I mean, it is so true. Thank you for adding to that. Put a little spice into that for me. I do want to say that this is Love Month too, right? As we said earlier, it's Heart Month, but it's our Love Month. And we know people get really excited around that big day that comes up, that has a lot of hearts, and it has Cupid and all of these things. The love starts to shine then. And then after that day is gone, then we're back to our norm. And what we want to encourage you is just to continue to be consistent, no matter what the day is, no matter yes, there's a special day for you for the 14th, but let's make sure that we do that all the time.
Yes.
And we can make that special, because life is going by fast. Yes. It's not promised to you. As Carlos talked about, we had our dear cousin who was our age and was
our young age.
Yeah, we're young, right? Yeah, let me push my arm back like this.
Let me do this.
But look at me, this is my grandmother on here. Conversation with each other is so important. I know, right, Miss Vera?
So
Thank you for
right
tuning in. She said conversation with each other is important. It
really
is so
is.
important. And we have lots of good conversation, but you don't know the day nor the hour. And it's so critical in just that moment. You know, he never recovered from that. And he had young children, 7, 5, and 6, or 6, 5. They were close
5,
in
6, and 7.
5, 6, and 7. And so you think about that, that it's important that we say those words that are going to uplift people. It's lots of things are heavy these days. And so let's lift each other all the time. And I say that in relationships, not just because there's a date on the calendar where nationally we celebrate, but we should be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage you all to do that. So we're talking about how to take care of your spouse's heart or significant other heart. And you can be single on here too and tell us how we can take care of each other's heart. We like ideas because that's very critical to hear from our viewers to let us know what we can do.
And I would say another way that we have planned to take care of each other's heart is that we are being intentional this year, because think about it, guys and ladies, that we're on the go so much and we try to do so much all the time. We got to make sure that either we're working hard, we're making their bread, we're just running, all of that. And we have made an intentional decision that we're going to slow our lives down to be able to take care of our hearts, to be able to take care of each other. So what we did is we have planned 6 sabbaticals, short sabbaticals for this year, to where we completely disconnect from the world for 24 hours. And it gives us a chance to just understand where we've been and be grateful for where we've been, recognize where we are today, and then where do we need to go in the future? What does that look like for us? And I believe that that's going to really take care of our hearts, because we're going to be able to spend time with each other, that intimate time that we have just to talk and make sure that we're doing okay. And what it allows us to do, and I think anybody could do this if they're single or if they're with someone, is retreat.
We all need to retreat.
Take that time for yourself. I promise you, you're not going to miss anything.
Are you sure?
While the world is going to be on 50 and going to be on fire and going to be angry and going to be busy and it's going to be stressed out, going to have a lot of anxiety and all of that, you get to go into your own space and just, what do you call that word? You get to go in and just woo-saw. You'll have that chance to just woo-saw. So we're challenging you to find that time that you can really spend a significant amount of time, not just an hour. But I'm going to challenge you. We're going to challenge you. Do a 24-hour just retreat. Then when you come out of that, you can advance, which would be so good to be able to do that. Think about it. Jesus retreated all the time. He went, I know the word I was looking for is solitude.
Oh, okay.
You have that solitude. So Jesus retreated often just so that he could spend time with the Father, and that the Holy Spirit could, the Father could tell him what he needs to do next and how he needs to show up next.
Yes.
So I am challenging you all
to go
do a sabbatical.
I talked, as we were talking about that, and we have couples that we have a Master for Marriage circle, and it's a membership where we have several couples in there that we're challenging them to align their relationship with their business and ministry so that they don't lose each other. And so we're talking about covenant connection, community and collaboration, and we're
Wow.
going to push them to do that. And they're also joining us in the sabbatical. Everybody's taking their own sabbatical. But I was telling Carlos, I said, because we're moving so much, and I want to say that I'm grateful to be able to have the space to where we are able to pour into other couples, we pour into each other, and we pour into our families as well. But I said the first sabbatical for me, I'm probably gonna fall asleep. I'm just saying.
I think we both are just gonna
I was like,
fall
I think
asleep
I'm just gonna sleep
and just enjoy
and just enjoy like
being in that space of like, we don't have to do nothing. We can just let God watch over us and speak to our hearts, right? And make them healthy in doing that. And think about how refreshed we're going to be. I feel like I want to go to sleep now. What do you all think?
It won't be long. It won't be
I
long.
know,
It
please.
won't be long.
You be looking forward to it. Because, think about this too. So when you go on vacation, you have to spend a lot of energy planning before you go on the vacation, understanding, spending that money to make sure you're ready, getting all your luggage together, packing and all that. So you're in such great anticipation, and you're going to have a great time, right? But then when you go on the vacation, you may go to the beach, you go to the mountains, but you're doing stuff. You're just really doing all of that. And
well, at least we are. Some people may just go and retreat.
Well, they could.
But if you know my husband Carlos, he gotta be moving.
We're gonna do some, and my brother.
And
he's gonna be having us do stuff. But then you get on the vacation and you go and you stay up late and you eat everything. Right. And you're just going. And then when you come back, you have to unpack, you have to unwind. Then you want another vacation to relax from the vacation that you just took. So it's just a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And especially in the summertime, you got to fight those crowds. If you go to a destination that is very tourist driven or heavy tourist, you got to fight all of that. But when you can retreat in your own home, you don't have to go out anywhere. You don't have to take a shower. You don't have to do any of that. You just like, I'm sabbaticaling.
Okay.
That's not even a word.
No, I think
I'm in my word. I'm praying. I'm with you. And we've just really removed ourselves from the world.
Yeah. We'd love to hear about that if you do that, if you take a sabbatical. Of course, when we take ours, we'll definitely share with you about that. Listen, we are talking about matters of the heart. And when we talk about matters of the heart, number one, we're talking about, first of all, we've talked about American heart disease and the things that happen as a result of that, because we want to preach you with information. And we also talking about relational heart. How do we hold each other's heart sacred? How do we take care of each other's heart? Make sure we're not the ones that's stomping on top of that.
Right.
I want to switch it and do a few like maybe rapid fire questions and see what your responses would be. Your response and then my response too. What do y'all think about this? Okay, I had pulled some questions out. It said, I want to ask you, when do you feel most appreciated?
You want me to answer that?
I want you to answer that, but I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. But I'm asking you, Carlos, so you can share with our audience. When do you feel most appreciated?
I think I feel most appreciated is, I think you said it earlier, is when my voice is heard and there is words of affirmation going on, right? Just, and I'm not trying to get that all approval and all that good stuff, but it's good to know that your spouse is supporting what you do and they see it.
Yeah. Thank you.
When do you feel most appreciated?
Oh, I have lots of them, but I'll have to narrow them down. I feel most appreciated when you allow me to just do nothing. And just like have my schedule clear. It's just like I'm laying on the couch with my blankets, and it's just like,
she has a specific blanket that she used.
I did. And let me just say, last night we just kind of retreated on the couch after we had this fantastic event.
Yes.
We came back and just like woosawed on the couch, and I looked over, I put my PJs on, and that's just kind of where we retreat. And I come downstairs and I look over, and my husband has my blanket on his lap. Now he has his own blanket.
I do.
And I'm like, okay. I didn't say anything. I just politely, when I went where we do store our blankets, I got his blanket out and I just gave him his and took my because I love this blanket that someone had given me for a special birthday, and I really enjoy it. But that's when I feel like most appreciated.
You don't
when
have to do nothing.
I don't have to do anything because our schedule is so busy, and I like that time just to do nothing.
Good.
All right. All right. So let's see if there's another one. What's one thing you stopped doing after marriage? Like we were dating. And then when we got married, what is one thing you stopped doing? That's a good
4
one.
years ago.
Oh my God, that's a long time ago.
One thing I stopped doing.
That's a hard one right there.
I think one thing I stopped doing, I had to learn it, is not allowing my family to be so dependent on me.
Oh,
see, I had to stop doing that because I'm real big into family and supporting family. But now, since we were a family, you are my first family now, and I had to make sure that you were number one in what we were doing, and not just like, oh, everybody's in one big happy family together. Like, no, my wife is my priority. Ooh. So I had to stop that.
Ooh. How about that? That's a good one. So I'm putting this in the chat, and we want you all to take time to answer these questions with your significant other and just see what their responses would be. But the question I just asked is, what is one thing you stopped doing after? I've got to put you got married.
After we got married.
After you, I'm putting it on you all,
okay,
so that you all can answer. That's and
good.
I'm having I'm trying to think, what is the one thing I stopped doing? Oh, that's hard. What did I stop doing? That's a good one. I don't.
She can't think about anything she stopped
doing. I stop being selfish, maybe.
No, I do believe that you
really... he about to tell me, because when I stopped it, I don't need to remember it, right? It's what did I stop doing?
I think that you softened your tone.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But that was the Lord was working on me. Okay. Right. More I'm an older sibling, so I have to be in control. Right there, to my sisters out there. Shout out to my sisters. I'm bossy, remember? Yeah, you are right. Yeah, because I was very abrupt, very quick, very just direct. I mean, I'm still direct, but it's a way you do it. It's how you say it, how you ask it. And so I want to drop that into our listeners. How you say it, how you ask it can really either touch the heart in a unhealthy way, or can it touch the heart in a healthy way? So just think about your tone and when you're talking. And so I really have worked on that. I've been soft on that. I'm a little bit soft. So what we're talking about is matters of the heart.
Yes.
And we're talking about things that you can do to care for your spouse's heart. Even if you're not married, care for your friend's heart. Care for your family's heart. Maybe you've been a little harsh on some things. Think about those things, because we know we have listeners who are not married, but they're in family. Think about how you can care for your family's heart, how you cannot be so harsh. But I know God can really deal with us and have us understand his ways better than our own ways, lean more to his understanding on how we can talk to our family, our friends. We want to take time to care for each other's heart, because it's tough.
It is really tough out there. And I know I was talking to somebody today, and I said, I feel like that our society, especially here in the United States, I feel like that there is this rumbling happening like a volcano, and underneath these little tremors are happening and we don't know when the volcano is going to erupt. But I feel like that little things are happening now, like the ground is shaking, or like little sediments or fires of coal are coming out of the volcano. But I feel like that there's going to be a big eruption, and that eruption is that people are going to start breaking, and they're going to start saying, not that they're not now, but people are saying things that are really hurting people's hearts. And they're seeing things and doing things that are completely, I don't know if you say out of character, but I do believe that there is this empowerment that's actually happening to where people are really spewing a lot of words that could be damaging to people's lives. And I want to make sure that we guard our hearts, especially in Christ Jesus. Yeah. And how do we do that? So again, being able to process through that and then go into the word on a consistent and daily basis. That is, I think that that's a great way to care for each other's hearts, is when we are in the word on a daily basis. So I subscribe to, what is that?
Which one? You got a lot.
I know. I'm reading everything at this point. But it's an app that gives me a Bible verse, YouVersion, that I read every day. And so it tells me that, oh, you spent this much time in the word today. You get a good badge for it. And it just reminds me, when I go every morning when I get up, I'm in that word anyway. I start with the YouVersion, but there are several different things that I do to go through my ritual of spending time with God. And I think that really guards not only my heart, but how I show up for my wife too, and caring for her heart. And that's where I believe that we have to start, is to anchoring ourselves in the word, so that our hearts can be cared for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you make a great point. All of us can press into God's word, that he can help bridle our tongue. He can help give us the wisdom that we need, his wisdom. He can lead us into all truth. And then in his truth, then you can have joy and peace, and like that peace that people say, oh, that surpasses all understanding.
And so I would have.
Yeah. So we press into that. We encourage you all in your relationship to press in. Well,
good.
Thank you all for joining us.
We really appreciate
for the Matters of the Heart Part 2. I know you'll be out celebrating Valentine's Day, but remember, Valentine's can be any time, because we know not the day nor the hour, and we should be loving on each other and caring for each other's heart at all times, every day.
Yes.
Say something special to your significant other, to your sibling, to your friend, to let them know that you see them, you value them, and you hear them, and you want to care for their heart.
So while you're doing that,
what do you need to do?
Don't forget to get
powered up. Let's get powered up. Let's get powered up. Yes.
That's what you're doing.
We'll see you back here next Tuesday. Cannot wait. We'll probably see you out on the town loving your mate. All right.
Yes.
Enjoy. Don't forget to go to powercouplesrock.com. We love your support. You can buy a game for a friend. Send them a Power Couples Rock game, and we'd love to hear your stories behind it. Take care.
Peace out, good people.